It's nice to have Gerard Sena come back.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously, quality player, and it's good to have him back, and obviously good combination with Johan and Wilco that they formed over the years. So it's good to have them back as a front row.
Let's talk about Marco van Stalen's 100th game. He's not on 16 this week, so no chance of him playing.
No, that for this week he's covering back row. But yeah, it's massive congratulations to Marco for playing his 100th game, and hopefully it will go well with him personally, but also with the team, so that we can enjoy it. But ultimately, we don't want to make too big thing of it. We appreciate of what he's achieved, and that's awesome. But as a team, we have to focus on what we want to achieve as a team. Yeah, no, I mean, again, like I said, he's not just on the bench as a backup. He gives you the option to play back row, but we're comfortable that he can play okay if need to. But obviously, I still think he's a world-class back rower, so we'll take it week by week and see what role he's going to play. We're fortunate that you got the qualities of Jan there and Johan, so it makes it a tough selection thing of how to plan it. But for this weekend, we just felt that his impact of specifically at back row can be big for us.
Marcus, Dwayne made a remark that since the Springbok alignment camp, this match carries a lot more weight because some of the players will want to prove to the national selectors. Obviously, you don't want to hear that. How do you handle that?
Yeah, to be honest, Carl, I said it now in another interview before this morning. I said we haven't spoken about the Stormers once this week. And it wasn't by choice. We just didn't speak about them. Not that we don't respect them. We respect them tremendously. But it's if we don't perform how we want to perform, if we don't play like we want to play, you're not going to get the result anyhow. That's similar to players who's been at the alignment camp. If they're not going to perform to the level they need to perform, they're not doing themselves any favor. So we haven't tried to speak about the alignment camp or compare players with players and say this and that, and that's not my style. For me it's about us preparing well and looking after ourselves, and each player take that responsibility on his performance.
I was just looking at the team, minimal changes to the last one. How happy are you finally to be playing like the same team?
Yeah, no, it's great. It obviously gives us a bit of continuity, and hopefully that we'll see that on the field. But we saw over the weekend Scotland and Italy and everybody that the rugby is so equal factor on the day. If you don't perform, you don't get the result. So, even though we got this continuity, it puts us in good stead, but we still have to perform. And we've seen over the years how close local derbies are. There's never, I believe, a favourite. It's, you have to pitch up on the day. And we're blessed, I can just be so grateful and that the Lord has blessed us. At the moment, we got only Stravino and Akker out with injuries. All the other guys are selectable, and hopefully Cameron will be also ready soon. So that we're in a great position. It makes selection tough, but like you said, we got a bit of continuity.
What is the prognosis?
No good, eh? So hopefully we'll see him soon, in the next week or two.
Marcus, maybe a bit off the topic, but the war in the Middle East obviously is going to scramble the travel arrangements and everything. Did they communicate anything to you guys?
At this stage, everything goes according to plan, Carl. So we luckily go through London before Glasgow. So we haven't had any communication from the travel side that we have to be aware of. And then obviously, depending on what happened, after that, we either go to France or we go to Cape Town if we get a result. otherwise we're off to Wales, you know, for those 2 matches in Wales, and that's internal, that's from Scotland, yeah, so we're fine. So I think we're fine at this stage. Our plans and flights has been booked, and that's going to stay as normal.
The crowd for tomorrow, what are you expecting? What ticket sales for both of you?
I haven't actually asked Edgar and them. On Monday, it was 30,000. But unfortunately, you know, we didn't have any choice about the time because of it's a postponed game, and there is 6 nations on, so we had to play 2 o'clock. But now this weekend the school rugby is starting in all seriousness with, you know, Waterkloof playing offies and all those things, and I think it's at the exact same time. So we obviously lose a bit of supporters that's going to be there, but hopefully some people will, you know, come, because it's going to be a great game, you know, just looking at the players on the field, and it's a historic derby, and they can help us a lot, the people, so hopefully they will come out, those who can come out and support us.
The difference between you and the Stormers at the moment, you've now won 4 in a row. You've turned your season around. They won 8 and then now lost 4 in a row, not in the UFC only, but I mean, do you think they might be a bit more desperate to prove themselves? What are you expecting from the Stormers on Saturday?
Yeah, we do expect a desperate team. I mean, anytime you start losing games, you become a bit under pressure and desperate, like we were. But we still, you know, we're also still desperate. We haven't, we're not out of in a good position yet, and we need to keep performing. So we need to perform. But we expect that they're going to be, you know, really up for this challenge. And if you just look at them, they've got X factor all over the field, and they've got a very good set piece, and they're a good team. You know, like I always felt, even when we lost, it didn't make us, in my view, a bad team or bad players. And they're similar to the Stormers. They're a good team, and they're still well in this competition, you know, because of how well they played. So yeah, so it's a massive challenge.
Is dit reg om te vra dat dit 'n nuwe era is wat vir julle aanbreek? Gedagtig daaraan dat presies soos wat jy nou geantwoord het oor die Noord-Suid stryd en die sukkel van die Bulle of die Bulls om die een oor te kry oor die DHL Stormers. Is dit 'n nuwe era vir julle om aan te breek?
Ja, weet jy, ek kyk nie so na goed nie. Ek weet 'n ou respekteer die geskiedenis. So met ander woorde, ons respekteer die tradisie waarmee hierdie wedstryd kom. Oor die jare, ek self het in dit gespeel, en dan het jy, as jy net dink aan die spelers wat vir die ou Noord-Transvaal Vodacom Bulls gespeel het, en dan vir die WP of die Stormers gespeel het, en dan gaan, jy weet, as jy net hulle daai groot geeste vat wat na die wedstryd kyk, en dit sal altyd 'n passievolle ondersteunerswedstryd ook wees, dan respekteer ons dit, maar ons kyk hier dit na 'n nuwe era nie. Ons het net gevoel ons moet na ons standaarde speel, en goed, het stadig maar seker het ons begin klik op en van die veld daar oor see, en gelukkig kon ons daai momentum aanhou vat hier in Suid-Afrika. Maar die Stormers is nog altyd 'n span wat goed speel teen die Bulle, en hulle het dit die laaste 3-4 keer, dink ek, het op loftes gewen. So jy weet, so ons geen illusie wat se uitdaging daar vir ons voor lê nie, Simon, maar die realiteit is ons wil ons seisoen op die gang in gang hou, en ons wil graag weet deel wees van die uitklopreeks soos dit hy vorentoe gaan, en om dit te doen met ons wen, jy weet. So ons gaan alles in ons vermoë dit sit, maar ek dink ek wil nie sê is 'n nuwe era nie. Hierdie span gaan nie lyk so volgende jaar nie, en hy, soos ek reg in die begin gesê het, hy is ook nie die span van laas jaar nie. Jy weet, die spelers hier en daar is dieselfde, maar ons is 'n nuwe groep mense bymekaar, en so gaan ons elke jaar aan 'n geskiedenis bou. Ja, wel, die volgende 3 weke is tuiswedstryde, en ons weet jy moet jou tuiswedstryde wen. So weer eens, sodat ons weet die grootheid en die belangrikheid van die wedstryde, maar dan het ek ook geleer, jy weet, as jy te ver vooruit hardloop, dan sit jy net onnodige druk op jouself, en die lewe, jy weet, jy staan op vanoggend, en teen vanmiddag het jy sekere uitdagings gekry wat jy nooit aan gedink het of beplan het nie, En dis kom ek sê, jy kan net beheer wat jy kan beheer en die groot ding is ons moet oor môre se hekkie kom en dan sal ons oor Cardiff waar die volgende week, jy weet, want hulle het weer ander uitdagings, maar die groot fokus is nou maar môre.
Thanks, guys. One more question, please. Sim.
Got a few more, sorry.
Choose your best one.
Ek is just looking at the Stormers. What for you has changed? What for you has changed for them? Obviously from the team that was unbeaten for the first 10 games in all competitions.
I think, you know, it's difficult if you're not involved with a team like on the ground level where you review intensely the game and you look at small little things, you know, like we've obviously went through the same thing where you look and you try and fix things, but then next week it's maybe something different. You know, they obviously had their fair share of injuries as well at Locke and at Kobus and, you know, Ruan Nel and all those guys. So that's challenging when you got injuries and you got you know, players coming in and out. So I think again, you know, it's small margins. It's you know, things were really going well for them in that early stage. A lot of things came off and so on, and then suddenly, you know, I've mentioned it with us, stuff that we're doing now. Well, we did the same things earlier in the season and it didn't work, you know. So that's why I say. So I just think, you know, it's that's the nature of sport. It always humbles you, you know, and then you have to go through those moments and just get through them.
Is it lazy journalism to say the return of someone like Andre Pollak at 10 has given you sort of better direction as a team in terms of what you're trying to do on the field?
No, I think there's better understanding about how we want to play from the group as a whole, and then obviously we just mentioned it. Andre came in for one game, then out for a number of weeks, then in for a game and then out, you know, and similar to some other players. So the reality is playing with each other, it's the only thing that helped. You know, when I was at my best, Rapia, we were as a pack. I remember playing with the lock and get used to the lock and, you know, and play with the front rowers. It doesn't matter if it's a Marius Herter or a Willie Meyer or whatever, you know, or a BJ Botha, and your relationships become better. And that's the same with Andre and with Harold and all those combinations. You know, players start to learn each other, and then obviously the relation between the coaches and the players starts gelling, and that took time. But and then ultimately you prepare during week, and then on Saturday there's 80 minutes where there's high pressure situations and decisions must be made, and sometimes you make them, you know, like you say, overplayed, but maybe at that stage the players thought they must run, and it wasn't, and then the execution wasn't there, and then now we score good tries, and we kick at the right time. So it's just that balance.
Can we wrap it up there, Coach? Thanks very much.
Sorry, I'm one or two more.
Sasha has been having a horrible time, and in Cape Town they believe if he's on form, the Stormers is on form. Will you give him some special attention, or is it just more business as usual?
Yeah, no, it's business as usual. Honestly, and I'm not saying this to sound, you know, clever. We haven't, you know, we obviously know we prepare defensively, and say, you know, what we have to be good defensively and the threats that they possess, but we haven't focused on individuals. We really focus on ourselves.
This is probably the last game that you and the Stormers have as the game in hand. How important does that make it to obviously make sure that you get the points?
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, we're still playing, you know, in a sense catch up, because we're not, you know, we're not lying second and it's got points in hand and everything. So it's a big game. You know, there's no secret about it. It's a big game for both teams. The reality that it's at home, obviously we a little bit more, probably more need for us to get the points. But you know, we know that, you know, it's going to be a big challenge. But yeah, I mean, both teams would love to have this game that they've got in hand to get those points and keep their position on the table.